Thank you, Nicholas, for doing this so consistently over the years, 27 years today. And thank you to your supporters like Nikos, who stood by you, ensuring that the bridge between Greece and US remains strong through thick and thin. Ladies and gentlemen, for more than a decade, the narrative of Greece was defined by two words: survival and recovery. That chapter has now closed. It is written, signed, archived, and placed firmly in the past. I stand before you today not to speak about recovery. I'm here to speak about acceleration, about a Greece that has shifted from responding to crisis to shaping opportunities, about a country that is no longer catching up with Europe, but outperforming it at specific sectors. Greece is a growth leader in an otherwise stagnant region. We are projecting growth steadily above 2% for both 25 and 2026, decisively ahead of the Eurozone average. Every major rating agency has restored Greece's sovereign debt to investment grade. Unemployment is at a 15-year low. And we are reducing public debt faster than almost any other developed economy. So the question for global investors is no longer, is Greece safe to invest? But the markets have already delivered a resounding yes to that question. The real question now is, where is the alpha in the next wave of investment opportunities? So allow me to highlight a few of the engines of growth. Pillar one, energy. Energy is not simply an interesting sector for us. It is the backbone of a new growth model. Greece is no longer working to stabilize its grid. We are becoming a net exporter of clean energy to Europe. Our track record is tangible. In the first quarter of 2025, renewables supplied 74% of our electricity. This is not a forecast, it's an operational reality. Greece has matched natural endowment with policy discipline, enabling one of the fastest renewable transitions in the EU. But the real opportunity is not where most people first look. The easy money, of course, was in generation. The smart money now moves into infrastructure behind the transition: storage systems, pumped hydro projects, and grid interconnectors. As production accelerates, the bottleneck is not generation, but capacity and balancing. That is why we're fully committed to projects such as GREGI interconnector, linking Egypt's green electrons to Europe through Greece. But also, let's not forget, supplying cheap green electrons to the Egyptian market, stabilizing and helping our strategic partners. Our strategic goal is to become the battery of the Balkans and a broader region, and a stabilizing force for European energy security. The vertical corridor, which is transforming north-south energy flows in Southeast Europe and enhancing the region's security of supply. Starting in Greece and running through Bulgaria, Romania, and Moldova all the way to Ukraine, it creates a unified bidirectional system that can transport LNG and natural gas from Greek entry points to some of Europe's most energy-dependent markets. Greece serves as the southern anchor of this corridor, enabling diversified imports, strategic flexibility, and a stronger security of supply architecture for the entire region. This is an open invitation to investors who want exposure to the high-value, low-volatility assets that will underpin Europe's decarbonization. Pillar two, a new logistics and technology gateway. Geography is destiny, and Greece is reclaiming its destiny. We should no longer be seen as a global tourism magnet. Greece is emerging as a logistics and technology gateway of the EMEA region. In logistics, Piraeus remains the #1 container port in the Mediterranean. Thessaloniki is increasingly the entry point for Southeast Europe and Western Balkans. Alexandroupoli plays a key role as a critical gateway connecting the Aegean to the Balkans, the Black Sea region, and Eastern Europe. With new rail links to Central Europe, including the sea-to-rail corridor, Greece is now the fastest and most cost-efficient route of goods traveling from Suez to the heart of the EU. The project of the Thriasian Logistics Park, supported by the US International Development Finance Corporation, together with a new megapark in northern Greece, will redefine our capacity to store, distribute, and move goods across the continent. In technology, we have attracted multi-billion euro investments from Microsoft, Google, and Amazon Web Services, among others. These are not one-off announcements. They are part of a strategic shift because Greece sits at the intersection of subsea fiber optic cables connecting Europe with Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. The startup ecosystem is equally important. Our Elevate Greece initiative has mapped and supported a rapidly expanding startup community. We are seeing real exits, real unicorns, and real scale-ups. And with billions from the EU Recovery and Resilience Facility fueling digital transformation across both the public and private sectors, Greece is becoming one of Europe's most dynamic B2B tech markets. Pillar 3, high-value real estate and the new tourism model. Tourism, of course, is our heavy industry, but the model is advancing. Greece is shifting from volume to value. The numbers are clear. TUI ranks Greece as the #2 destination worldwide for 2025 bookings. Yet, the more meaningful metric is the sustained rise in average visitor spending. Investors increasingly recognize that Greece's evolving competitive advantage is shifting away from mass market, low-cost holidays toward quality, sustainable, and experiential hospitality. A trend already reflected in rising visitor spending and growing demand for high-end tourism. International chains are accelerating their market entry, especially in Athens, Crete, the Kyklades, and the Dodecanese. The commercial real estate market in Athens is undergoing a renaissance. Demand for Class A, ESG-compliant office space far exceeds supply, and yields still offer a premium over Paris, Berlin, or Madrid. The Hellenic project, Europe's largest urban regeneration, demonstrates something fundamental. Greece can conceive, structure, and deliver mega projects at global standards. What are the enablers for this transformation? Strategic thinking, stability, discipline, and modern incentives. None of this growth happens by accident. It happens because we have created one of the most stable, predictable, and investment-friendly environments in Europe. We have a pro-business government with a clear mandate until 2027. We continue to pursue fiscal discipline with primary surpluses and a credible medium-term outlook. And we're channeling more than 30 billion euros in EU recovery funds into green transition, digital modernization, and competitiveness. Our incentives portfolio is modern and targeted. We offer competitive tax benefits for headquarters, R&D incentives for innovation-driven enterprises, and a redesigned Golden Visa program that directs capital into productive investments rather than speculative real estate. Let me close with this frank assessment. 6 years ago, investing in Greece was a contrarian decision. Today, it is a strategic allocation for global capital. Tomorrow, it will be a crowded trade. The valuations are still attractive, but the gap is closing. Greece has moved from success to acceleration. We're building the energy pipelines, the logistics corridors, and the data networks of Europe's next decade. This is not a promise, it's a reality already taking shape. So what we seek now is partners, serious investors who recognize real value and act with the right timing. Those who recognize that geopolitical positioning, regulatory stability, and long-term policy continuity create sustainable returns. Your capital can fit into this growth reality in multiple ways. Our role is to ensure that the path is clear. So, ladies and gentlemen, Greece's new chapter is not being written in the margins, it is being written at scale. So I invite you to join us in shaping it and in accelerating this future together. Thank you very much.